Good morning, friends. June is Pride Month, so I wanted to talk about four really amazing LGBTQ middle grade reads. And the first one is Hurricane Season by Nicole Melleby. Sixth grader Fig wants nothing more than to see the world as her father does. The once renowned pianist has not composed a song in years, and his unpredictable good and bad days make him a mystery to Fig. She's a science and math nerd, but she takes an art class to be closer to him and to experience life the way an artist does. But then Fig's dad shows up at school, disoriented and desperately searching for her. Not only has the class not brought Fig closer to understanding him, it's brought social services to their door. Fig continues to try everything she can to understand her father, to save him from himself, and find the space in her life to discover who she is, even as her life is falling down around her. This book was so amazing, friends. I was drawn into Fig's story from the very first page. I highly recommend reading it this summer, and that is Hurricane Season by Nicole Melleby. The next book I'm going to talk about, friends, is Hazel's Theory of Evolution by Lisa Ann Bigelow. Hazel knows a lot about the world because when she's not hanging out with her best friend or taking care of her dog, she loves reading big encyclopedias. But even Hazel doesn't have answers for the questions awaiting her as she enters 8th grade. What if no one at her school understands her and she doesn't make new friends? Why does everything have to change when life was already perfectly fine? As Hazel struggles to cope, she comes to realize that sometimes you have to look within yourself instead of the pages of a book to find answers to life's most important questions. This book was so moving, friends. It was such a beautiful story. Hazel is an amazing, lovable character, and actually, in some ways, she reminded me of Fig from Hurricane Season. I loved this book, friends, and I highly recommend reading it. The next book I'm going to talk about, friends, is The Best Man, and this is by Richard Peck. Archer McGill has spent 5 years of school with one eye out in search of a grown up role model. Three of his best are his grandpa, his dad, and his Uncle Paul. These are the three he really wants to be. Along the way, he finds a fourth, Mr. McLeod, a teacher. In fact, the first male teacher in the history of the school. But now, here comes middle school and puberty. Big change. Archer wonders how much change has to happen before his voice does. He doesn't see too far ahead, so every day or so, a startling revelation breaks over him. Then a really big one when he's the best man at the wedding of two of his role models. But that gets ahead of the story. This book was so funny, friends. I loved Archer and his sense of humor. But it was also an inspiring read, friends, and I loved that juxtaposition with the sense of humor in this story. I really loved this book, friends, and I highly recommend it. So that is The Best Man by Richard Peck. And the next book I'm going to recommend, friends, is Drama by Raina Telgemeier. Callie loves theater, and while she would totally try out for her middle school's production of Moon Over Mississippi, she can't really sing. Instead, she's the set designer for the drama department's stage crew, and this year she's determined to create a set worthy of Broadway on a middle school budget. But how can she when she doesn't really know much about carpentry, ticket sales are down, and the crew members are having trouble getting along? Not to mention the onstage and offstage drama that occurs once the actors are chosen. Drama is one of my favorite Raina Telgemeier books, friends. I love Callie and her friends and her love of theater. Callie is an amazing character, and I love how innovative and creative she is. If you loved Raina's other books, I highly recommend checking out Drama. So that is Drama by Raina Telgemeier. So I know what you're thinking, friends. You're thinking, Miss Brie, where can I get these books? Well, I can tell you that you can get Drama on eLibrary NJ as an ebook, and you can get The Best Man on eLibrary NJ as an ebook as well. On Hoopla, you can get Hazel's Theory of Evolution as an ebook, and you can get Hurricane Season as an ebook. These are just four of my picks for some LGBTQ reads, friends. I hope you enjoy reading them, and I'll see you again for some more middle grade madness fun. Bye, friends!